Jocks of the Round Table, let's ride.
GTG, brother.
We could incorporate GTG into the intro.
Or the extra.
Or the outro.
There we go. That's
Extra.
the word I'm thinking of.
Well,
I just want you
Or
guys
both.
to
Why
all
not
know
both?
that I'm undefeated
Lord willing.
when using GTG.
yeah. Well, GTG's already in the outro by me, so kind of.
No, it's different.
It's different, but it's kind
similar.
of in there.
Same, but
But
different.
the thing is, you can GTG your way out of any situation.
Oh, yeah. Imagine instead of like when people are doing exorcisms, they instead of saying the power of Christ compel you, they just said GTG.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a scary movie where, like, that's the basis of the movie, and then at the end, like, a creepy-looking priest walks in, it's just like GTG, and then everyone's like, oh, we're good now.
GTG.
GTG. And they're like, oh. And then the movie ends, and they don't explain it whatsoever. And you have to figure out, did he mean glory to God or gotta go?
GTG and like everything like leaves.
Oh, man.
I mean, I was really hoping we need to pitch this idea to that guy and his agent, and maybe we can
Yeah.
get a movie thing going.
I mean, he
said
doesn't-
He wasn't going to call his agent.
He doesn't audition, dude.
He doesn't have to audition, dude.
Neither
That guy
does
was
Rob
so-
Corddry.
That guy was so delirious. Like, there was something actually wrong with him.
I will
he was
say,
talking
so
about
we're-
getting on a
we're-
private plane.
We're talking about John Alex being a reply guy now, and it's hilarious. My favorite was the Kurt Warner guy,
Oh my god.
That one was good.
where you were tweeting the guy the plot of the Kurt Warner movie, but only like the kind of inaccurate parts, and he was like, no, that's not what happened. Listen.
Yeah, but get back to me when Hendon Hooker loses or wins the Super Bowl and then loses two more
Get back to me in 20 years.
and loses the last one by a very large quarterback throwing a touchdown into the back of the end zone.
Did he reply to the last one about simulating it? Oh, he did. He said deal, but I get to see the simulation first.
So stupid.
Telling me we'll say I'll put it on my Twitch.
Listen, I just don't know why it's taken me so long to do that.
Well, here's the thing, though. You did say this was better than the Blake L's, but I have to say Blake L's DM'd me 40 times straight without a reply.
That's true.
Well, yeah. That was between you and Blake Ellis.
That's true.
I'm talking about, like, one that I was involved in. Like, this
And
guy,
like, yeah.
this guy got hit from 4 or 5 different ways. He was being called racist for talking about owning people. Like, we were...
Mason just laughed so hard that he farted, kind of like a little
said-
girl did, though.
I hit him with the don't know ball, don't know film, and don't know laws.
I just came in and started calling him racist.
The moment I saw the hot tub time machine guy in his profile picture, I was like, well, first of all, you're not the hot tub time machine guy. You're not the wet hot American summer guy. So you're either that bald ginger, don't ask me how that works, in the back, or
When did PJ get so many tattoos?
In the NBA, dude.
That's true. Dude, I was telling them, like, when all that went down, I was at a point in work where I was just, like, kind of buried in something. And so when I got out of it, I looked at my phone and I looked at the texts first. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Because it just made no sense to me. And then I found it on Twitter and I was like, okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
When he just kept saying, like, you got owned. And, like, he wasn't even saying anything.
He didn't say anything, yeah.
And then that's when Mason came in with the racist.
Preposterous.
And then saying that he was on a private jet or something. Like,
I actually went on a tear earlier on some other replies y'all may not have seen, so let me update you.
okay.
Okay. I gotta get back to the start. Okay, here we go. So Josh Pate tweeted something. I said, Josh, rumor on the street is you will not appear in the remake of Red Hot American Summer. Care to address? No response.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, obviously.
Some guy said something to Will Compton. And I said, hey, Smitty, you don't know ball or anything about dentistry, brother. So how about you step the frick back?
Dentistry?
He's making fun of his teeth. I saw that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Then there was another guy that said something. Hopefully the nerve damage doesn't go all the way down to your ACL, talking to Taylor Lewan. I said, Ethan, that's clearly not how anatomy works. You've never played one game of Operation the board game.
That's a good one, though.
You don't know anatomy, bro.
Stu Feiner put something about his meal that he was eating tonight, and some guy said, all I see is carbs. And I said, I bet you invented the food pyramid, huh? It's so cool, but if not cool. Tweeted out that Hendon Hooker is the number 3 quarterback prospect in his QB model. And I said, is your QB model found on the back of a Fruity Pebbles box? No response.
That's a good one. I like that.
Some guy said, Hendon Hooker greater than Will Levis. I said, yeah, maybe it's sucking. No response.
Maybe it's sucking.
Some guy said about Hendon Hooker, he's 25 and will be 29 after his rookie deal ends. And I said, this math works. No response. Let me find some good ones.
My favorite one was the dude said about being pick number 29. You're like, I don't know, man. I think he goes out of the draft tonight.
Hold on. I'm going to get to that one, sir. Some guy said, you know nothing about Louisville athletics. And I said, here's a guy who doesn't know Cardinals don't have teeth.
There you go. Love that.
Then some guy said, what about North Carolina facilities make them better than NC State? I said, well, color scheme for one. I'm homeless and have been hiding in the facility for months. And there's nothing here that's not UNC colors. The toilet paper is literally blue. No response. Some guy said, the shiny jump man on the wall. That's it. I said, I bet you still wear the Shaq ones. No response. This is all to a tweet about the best facilities in college football based on rankings. And so some guy replied to that and said, yeah, I'll trust the recruits on this one. I said, I bet you trust your enemies dropping off a giant wooden horse at your gates as a peace offering too, buddy. No response. Maybe I have a new response. Hold up, let's look. Top recruits in the country this past cycle ranked Georgia far and away number 1. Far and away? Yeah, right. Georgia doesn't even have a Taco Bell in their bathrooms like the Vols do, buddy. No response.
You could have said far and away. What is Georgia bordering? Do you mean Georgia, former Soviet Union member, Georgia? I didn't think that one through.
I ended on something way before Derek Carr signed with the Saints.
I saw that one.
Yeah. I said, no, I'm the janitor for UT football. He takes the smelliest poops. That's a bad locker room guy. We don't want him.
Hey, I commented on that one.
Then this baseball history nut. Are you a fan of Moneyball, the movie? It's not even a movie, really. It's honestly a documentary. I'm a seamhead, and everything that happened in this movie is true. My source, the movie.
You said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you there, but we're not going to get into that right now.
One.
I hate
My
that
favorite
movie,
one
but
was
I
this
do
guy
like it.
about Kurt Warner.
The Kurt Warner one's hilarious.
But he said something, and I was like, he's Kurt Warner, dude. And then he, dropped some actual knowledge about Kurt Warner. And I said, sure, dude. I'm the biggest Kurt Warner fan in the world. Ever seen this movie starring Zachary Levi. And in the movie, none of that happens.
That was my favorite one.
He says, Hollywood never lies. And I said, dude, I've seen the movie at least 10 times. None of that happened. Next, you'll tell me that Troy wasn't historically accurate. Trust me, buddy. I've considered a Kurt Warner expert after seeing that movie 11 times.
You watched it again while replying to his tweet.
And I should have done this, I almost called him Kurt with a C, and then Kurt with a K, and then Kirk.
Kirk Warner, mixing in a Kirk Warner would have been hilarious. That's what you need to do. You need to name yourself the expert on something, and then in your next reply, just spell it completely wrong.
Not completely wrong, but slightly off.
Or reply to something like, it's like, for example, like Hendon Hooker, like a Hendon Hooker tweet, and be like, I grew up with Hendon, blah blah blah, like we're best friends. It's actually spelled Hocker. His last, like, just say like the last name has been misspelled this entire time.
That would be good. Oh man. All right. Do we want to talk about the tourney?
Yeah.
Yeah, what games just happened?
Well,
Bama, yeah.
Elite
Sweet
Eight
16.
final.
Sweet 16. Elite 8.
Or yeah.
Alabama lost. It was beautiful.
Yes.
Worst shooting performance of all time by a top 5 prospect?
I think in tournament history, it's by anyone
Yeah.
With minimum shots.
with a minimum
Yeah.
number of shots. Yeah.
Probably like 30 shots or something.
What was he, like 8 for 42 or something crazy?
Or
He shot
43.
20% from the field and 15 from 3. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I remember
Pitiful.
seeing that.
Pitiful. He sucks.
I mean, he'll drop to third at worst. I think.
Yeah,
No,
he
he
just
won't drop.
shot bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bet some
I'm
people
just
have him
saying,
second
like,
or some
he'll
people have him third.
at worst
like,
go from second
Yeah.
to third.
But, like, I don't even know
I
who
don't
third is going to be, but
Scoot, Henderson, G League.
yeah, I don't think they'll jump him.
I don't care because OKC won't have a top 10 pick.
Princeton run is over.
Yeah.
RIP.
This is fun while it lasted. That was enjoyable. Fun little scrappy team. They had that one dude that, like, low-key balled, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they were fun. We'll always have that Arizona game.
Hey, let's talk about hooting on. If we remember back a few months ago, I was big on the Owls simply because I saw they were undefeated and ranked 24th in the country.
Yeah.
And here we are. Finally.
Oh, FAU?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to there.
You were high on them. I remember when we did our first bracket 2 months ago, you said that they were a lock to win one game, and I was like, all right, we're going to have FAU. Why did we do a bracket 2 months ago?
It was you got bored. We didn't have nothing to talk about. You just pulled up the latest bracketology. We went through it.
Oh yeah.
That was a good
And
one.
also, another kind of a bummer thing, which they're not in the Final Four, but I did have Texas going pretty far, and Oakley was like, with an interim coach.
No, I was very against Texas.
Yeah, that's right. That's
You went further than a team from a state that borders Tennessee.
It's true. Alabama.
That's north
Facts.
Missouri.
No,
That's
but,
right.
but a little bit more east of Missouri, but still borders Tennessee.
Virginia.
Okay, a little bit more west of Virginia, but still borders Tennessee.
That's right. Louisville didn't even make the tournament.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, them too.
No, it would be the team in Lexington, Kentucky.
Have we talked about them yet?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, because we talked about these games.
Yeah,
we didn't
grazed
go
over
into
Because that was a week ago.
Yeah.
Because it was that long. They lost on the first weekend. It was that long ago because they suck. Objectively bad basketball team.
But
Um,
hey, if you look at the signs, you should be pulling for UConn to win.
Well, here's the problem, though. Do I want to waste... So if it is true that Kentucky would be very successful after a UConn win, do I want to waste a UConn win this year when we already know Purdue's going to win it all next year? Because every time a 1 seed
that's
is
true.
lost to a 16 seed, they won the national championship the next year.
But that means they'd have to fire Matt Painter because you're not a Matt Painter believer.
Oh, that's facts.
No, but what's the get big? It was the same coach at Virginia.
That's true, but also Matt Painter could get sick
Yeah,
before the
but
tournament. And
I
not
think-
coach
But hey,
Tony
but
Bennett
the
didn't
last
have a-
time that the 1 seed lost, they were the number 1 overall seed, so it could be different.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'm not going to predict Purdue to do anything successful in the tournament next year. I think that's reasonable.
Well, but here's the thing. That's only happened one time. Kentucky's been really good twice after a UConn national title.
That's true.
Yeah.
One of them. Won the next one on
They
one of
won
those
one.
occasions.
But we also lost
With a
in
star-studded freshman
that
class that came in.
championship.
Yeah, but you also
We
went
might not
undefeated
get one of the
that
freshmen
game,
coming
so
in.
like, who
He might go
cares?
G League.
That's dumb.
I know.
The-
But
it's
also,
about the-
he's going to be coming off the bench anyway, so maybe. Also, Chris Livingston's not coming back.
and you're about to get Drew Timme for 1 year.
Yeah, I don't think I want him. He's old. I'm sick of these old dudes.
Yeah, get out of here.
It is wild to me, not changing to baseball yet, but it is wild to me that Anthony Volpe is 21 and has played professional baseball for 3 years, and there are people 3 years older than him still playing college athletics. That's crazy.
I don't know. There's a bunch of seniors playing in the Final Four.
Yeah, that's fine, but I don't like them. I don't want them.
Wow.
They're old, dude.
Experienced is what you meant
They're
to
probably
say.
like normal seniors though.
I want a little bit of experience on the team. I don't want a bunch of old dudes. We
So
had
you
that
want
the last 2
redshirt.
years. We had old dudes the last 2 years, and they sucked. You know, the best players were the freshmen and Oscar, but he's dope.
Yeah, but you could also say that teams that have old guys are usually the teams that win.
Not for Kentucky.
That's true, but since then,
Not for
Is
Cal.
Wallace going to come back?
No, he's a lottery pick.
Freak.
No, he's a lottery. The 2 freshmen from this year are both gone.
I have a theory that if he came back but buzzed his head, he would win National Player of the Year.
Well, he might buzz his head and win Rookie of the Year in the NBA.
well, probably not.
Why not?
Well,
Victor Wembanyama.
Well, and Chet will be a rookie technically still.
Chet and Wembanyama are both going to get hurt.
No, Chet's not going to get hurt.
He's never not been hurt in the NBA.
That's true.
Just go with history, bro.
He's never been hurt in an NBA game, though.
He's going to Ben Simmons and be a rookie his 3rd year in the league.
He's only been hurt in non-NBA affiliated games.
Yeah, Summer League, Kyrie League, or whatever it's called.
He's
The Drew
like,
League.
That was close.
it's half of our.
Yeah,
almost
I
half
mean,
of
honestly,
He's
he's
Uncle
Uncle
Drew.
Drew.
If UConn wins, I'm gonna have the first pick again. Now, who's trading with me?
I don't. I'll trade with you and draft Jonathan Taylor again.
I think
No.
I'll trade for sure.
I don't even know. I mean, it's way too early to decide who would go first overall. But I mean, I guess Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson will be up there.
I think it's going to be Justin Jefferson, a projected for their number 1. And then I'm going to go ahead on and say I think Tyreek Hill's probably going to be the number 2 guy this year.
I still think Taylor will be up there, top 5.
I don't think he's the first running back.
But see, last year, remember, Jamar Chase was up to about 2 or 3, and then like 2 weeks out before like the season started, he dropped to like 5.
Yeah. Yeah, way too early to figure that out. We'll do that in like 2 weeks, probably.
Yeah.
We're being honest.
But yeah, the rest of the games.
2 weeks we'll be talking about how Jordan Walker hit 2 home runs on opening day, and we all cast at bet.
No, we'll talk about that next week, bro. Opening day's Thursday.
When is opening day?
Thursday for I guess most teams, maybe all.
I don't know.
Wait, this Thursday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you effing my ass?
No.
I'm not. Today was the last spring training games.
That's
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Um,
Yankees play at noon, so I'm working from home Thursday.
Do you have MLB TV or whatever it is? I figured you did.
Yeah.
but yeah, other games. Are we still going to talk about Sweet 16?
Kansas State, Michigan State.
Oh yeah, that
We
was
can just talk about pods, so then we'll go
All right,
up here. San Diego State, Creighton.
What about we were both terribly wrong on Mountain West.
Yeah.
This year.
They're in the Final Four.
yeah.
I said, fade them in the tournament, always.
Yeah.
Final Four.
Well, but the other ones
The other one sucked.
sucked. It was just San Diego
1 for
State.
3.
Yeah.
1 out of 3.
So really,
we were
you're
right.
more correct than you are wrong.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But also, San Diego State won 4 times.
I guess that's fair. So more wins than losses.
Yeah.
Now, if San Diego State wins this national title, are they by default also the 2020 national champions?
Because they were like top 10 in 2020 when the
No,
season
Kentucky.
ended.
Kentucky won in 2020.
Well, what about Florida State? They hung a banner.
Yeah.
In 2020 they did?
Yeah.
For what?
Being like,
Was that the team that had Scotty Barnes?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think because they were ranked like top. They were going to be a 1 seed or a 2 seed.
Yeah.
I gotta find this tweet.
I feel like not now. Florida State kind of sucks at basketball. But, like, there for a while, they always
They were
just
solid.
had, like,
A guy.
A long
an
team,
NBA
dude.
player.
Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac, Scotty Barnes. There was somebody before Isaac.
I said this. San Diego State's all-time assist leader is Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
I
cool.
didn't know that.
Is he San Diego's all-time hit leader as well?
Probably. Oh, here it is. Fun fact. Aztecs associated owls with death, almost like an omen. Their god of death legit wore owl feathers and had owl helpers. So, I'm going to bet on FAU.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Creighton making it to the Final Four in my bracket.
Dude, next year we got to do a bracket
That was
with just mascots who would win in a fight.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like there would just be one that would beat everyone. Probably a bear of some sorts.
I feel like you can make an argument.
Like
for
if
just
Cal
about
made it.
mascot, just
Or UCLA.
versus
Or UCLA.
What about but a wolf pack?
Yeah, a pack of
Wolfpack
wolves.
versus a bear.
One bear versus a pack of wolves.
It also,
How many is a
it
pack?
even a grizzly bear?
I think a Bruin is most likely a grizzly bear.
but isn't it
no,
like
no,
a
no.
baby
Bruin
bear?
is it's European it's the European term for bear. Bruin is. I didn't know that, so that kind of knocks it down a few pegs.
Yeah.
Europe's gay. So,
Yeah.
I bet Europe bears aren't even.
They're
cool.
kinda lame, I
Yeah,
bet.
they're not cool.
Super docile, I bet. Yeah, FAU and who did they beat in the Sweet 16?
Oh, hey,
Was it-
listen, I was
Was it
looking at
Tennessee?
It was
weird
yeah,
facts about European
because we
bears.
have the Sweet 16, right? Because we cheated.
Wait, what?
I was looking up weird facts about European bears, and
It's random.
they have smaller wieners than American bears.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
yeah. And then, yeah, FAU did really well against Tennessee. Plavsic is
Dirty.
dirty.
Yeah.
Been saying it.
The flagrant was bad.
Yeah, I was
I've been
confused
saying-
because
They
they were.
showed the wrong thing.
Yeah, well, they were like reviewing a previous play
Yeah.
during a play that was like, I guess, could be.
You might could look at
Questionable.
it, yeah.
And I was like, dude, like he barely touches him. Like,
Yeah. No.
I didn't realize that they were reviewing.
I didn't
the
either
other
at
play.
first, but when I saw it live,
And the
like, I
way,
knew- I
yeah,
thought it
the
was.
way that the like commentators were talking about it made it seem like the current play that they were looking at. I was
Mm-hmm.
like very confused. But yeah, and then what? Kansas State, Michigan State.
Kansas State won that game.
That was an
Yeah.
electric game.
Yeah, it was.
I was in a Dairy Queen.
Marquise
watching it.
Noel was a baller.
Probably gonna go first
He's just
overall.
he's just very short.
Short King.
That's true.
Miami, Houston. Miami
Yeah.
just kind of beat the
Just
brakes off.
blitzed them. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Same with UCLA or UConn and Gonzaga.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
UConn just
wild.
poured it on them.
And Gonzaga UCLA. That was a good game.
electric.
Yeah, it was.
That was
UCLA came back in it, and then they ran the Creighton play, or the Villanova
Villanova.
play.
Yeah. No, they were good games. I'm excited. I guess. Yeah, I'm excited for the Final Four. I'm more excited for the Final Four than the championship. Game.
Like, I think
That
whoever
makes
wins
sense.
Miami UConn is going to win it all.
I mean, yeah.
It's going to be mid-major versus high-major.
Well, then we need UConn to win. to win. I don't want
I don't
Miami.
want Miami to win. But it would be kind of cool if FAU won.
Yeah, it would.
It would be more
FAU or
fun.
San Diego State would be hilarious. Like,
It would be more fun for college basketball if UConn won because they have a younger coach and they're UConn.
Yeah, but Dustin
that'd be
May,
their what?
at
What was
FAU.
it? That'd be their like fourth in the last
fourth
25
since,
years.
like, yeah.
Yeah, five in 25 years. I saw a tweet about it.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know. Yeah, because I knew they've won 3
They
since
have
2000.
4 right now in
They've
the last
won-
25 years.
Yeah, I know. I know for a fact they've won 3 since 2000.
Yeah.
Because they had the
The
Emeka Okafor
Emeka Okafor, Kimba,
and Shabazz.
Shabazz. Yeah.
Won in '99, didn't they?
I see. I don't know. Maybe.
I think they did win one in the late 90s. 'Cause
Calhoun
I know-
has 3. Evan Ollie has 1.
Calhoun,
Wow.
yeah, has 3. Yeah.
Is Calhoun the greatest coach of all time?
No, because like
but
John Wooden has like 8.
he has
Behind Wooden, second greatest of all
No,
time.
because I think Bobby Knight has like
like
a lot.
5.
Third greatest of all time.
I think Kay has
K.
like 4.
I think Calhoun's in like the 4th
He's up there.
range.
He's definitely
But
up there.
does K have?
Yeah, I think he has 4.
I don't know because Dean Smith.
They won 2, and then they won 1 in 15.
They have 2 since 2010.
What year? What?
K has 5.
Kay has 5.
And they won 91, 92.
He won 2
They
while
won
Calgary was in
2001. That was the stupid stacked team with Boozer and all them. And Battier and Dunleavy and Jay Williams and
So you're
Chris Duhon.
So
And then 15 with Okafor.
They had the 2010 or whatever.
2010 with John Shire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that big white dude that I always forget his name.
Was Greg Paulus the point guard then?
It was a year after Greg Paulus.
was it a Plumlee?
No, it was like a foreign.
It was Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Was Gerald Henderson on that team?
Is that the guy that owed
Huh?
Hansbrook face?
Maybe. Yeah, I think it was. He played for the Bobcats.
No,
he was
Lance
bald and had a
Lance
goatee, like a thin goatee. Kind of cool.
That was after Gerald Henderson.
Oh, okay.
The only reason I know this is I literally watched Duke Butler the other day on YouTube.
Calhoun's in the top 5.
He's
Dean
in.
Smith.
I think
I
he's
would put Calhoun.
right under that tier of like.
There's Wooden, and then there's Knight and K, and then there's
I think.
See,
Dean
I
Smith
kinda
and Calhoun
group-
are in the same.
I kind of group Wooden, K, and Knight together.
Oh, I
Do you
don't,
think because Wooden would have
What
been
about Dean?
different today if Wooden was
I don't know
coaching
about
in the
that.
90s?
But also
but you
Rupp.
can't-
90s?
I also have Rupp up there with Wooden probably.
Well, Rupp was racist.
No, Rupp tried to leave the SEC because the SEC wouldn't let them recruit black people.
No, have you ever seen what's that movie?
Yeah, it's objectively wrong. It
No.
is a no.
No, that's a movie that is objectively correct.
No, it is a 100% lie. It's not true. I can show you articles from whatever years those were
He's racist.
when Kentucky trying to leave the SEC. Adolph Rupp wants to leave the SEC because he can't recruit.
I've
and then
seen
they
that
had,
movie.
and then they had a slur.
I've seen
So
that
I
movie
can't show
10
you the
times.
article.
I promise you.
That's fine. It's
that
wrong.
Adolph Rupp, a guy named
Dude,
Adolph,
I've seen
was
it
racist.
11 times.
I've seen
A
it
different
11
guy
times.
named Adolph was racist. Yes.
I've seen it
Adolph Rupp was
11
not
times.
racist. He tried to leave the SEC, and the president of Kentucky wouldn't let him. So he might have been racist, but Adolph Rupp was not racist. He tried to leave the SEC because they wouldn't let him recruit black people.
What's his first name?
Adolph, but it's spelled different. It's PH.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
It's a different name.
Yeah.
It's a deep fake. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not that. Whatever you just said.
Deep fake. Yeah.
It's not a deep
Uh-oh, we
fake.
got
It's
an
just a different
11-point
spelling.
lead going into the break. There's
Let's
a
go.
woman ref.
Yeah, there's a woman. There's women refs.
That's crazy. I bet they could never make a decision on the call.
He played at Arkansas. I didn't know that until like
Joe?
yeah,
I've never heard of him in my life.
Isaiah Joe.
Joe.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
He
not
probably-
as good as former Arkansas Razorback Joe.
How long ago did he play that?
Like in the past 5 or 6 years. I think.
For Musselman, probably. Which means
He's
his
like
team underachieved.
the best. I think he has the best 3-point percentage in the league.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Musselman couldn't win any games with him?
Yeah.
Not surprised.
He's shooting
Not
like
surprised.
47% from 3 or something. It's stupid.
Well, he smoked that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, not surprised. Musselman couldn't win with him. Has 2 top 5 NBA prospects.
Yeah.
Went under 500 in the SEC.
It's wild.
Yeah. Hey, but he took his shirt off after that second round win.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
Dude, the Arkansas fans in that group message did not like us saying.
Oh, it was funny.
Were we wrong?
We weren't wrong.
The best was the comparison of him and Jay Wright after Jay Wright won a national championship. Just be like, yeah.
Just straight.
Like, after they hit a buzzer beater, it's like,
Yeah.
why is this guy sending tweets when we're on the phone with him?
Boom.
John Alex.
No.
Sherm?
Sure.
Throw gas you. Yeah,
That was
Sherm, when you sent that text about, I wonder if the Montevallo players are just seeing these. We were cracking up.
Bro, imagine if they have their notifications on for when you tweet.
6'10", 14-year-old football player.
That's stupid.
Oh, I'm about to text Ivy. I saw that. I'm about to text Ivy and
He
tell
probably
him
would
to ask.
never be good at football. But
Ask the
It's
modern
going to
football
suck so
basketball.
bad, and I can tell you why. If you just look at his knees and ankles, he's going to cave in 2 years.
Yeah.
That big boy?
Yeah. He's got inward knees, and he's got...
Whoa!
what? He has what knees?
He's got cornbread knees, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That's acceptable to say.
So who does everybody? Who's everybody's pick to win it in the Final Four?
Well, because Aztecs are afraid of owls, you got to go with Florida Atlantic, obviously.
To win that first game.
Yeah. And on the other side, in all seriousness, I think it's going to be a really good game because Miami's guards are really good.
yeah.
Now, I don't think that they will be able to stop UConn inside, so I think UConn will win the game. But I think that game will be the closest one that UConn's played.
Is Ramadan
'Cause
over?
All the other ones have been.
I think Ramadan is. I don't know if it's over, but I don't think it's more than 2 weeks.
I don't know.
I don't
might
know.
be.
That's
It's
a
the
pure
problem.
guess.
I'm gonna go UConn and San Diego State and UConn to win.
I'm gonna go Miami over FAU.
Okay.
Just because I think
Battle
UConn's
of
gonna win
Florida.
it, and I'm always wrong.
Yeah.
UConn over FAU.
Okay.
Here's the real question: what are the ratings for the games gonna be with these
Not-
mid majors?
See, I love it when stuff like this happens
Yeah, I would like one.
because other people don't.
I would like one random team as opposed to
I was wrong.
three. Miami's kind of
Well,
random for
Miami's
basketball.
a
I know.
power
Hey,
five,
I would
power
like to
six.
say I changed my vote to I think Miami's going to beat UConn
Why?
because Ramadan is not over and Miami's going to run them.
But that
up
guy
the
did
court.
play well.
They're going to run them, and it's going to be longer into the fasting. You lose energy.
Yeah, what's the deal there? Can he eat at night? Like, what's going on? There's no way you can fast for 2 weeks.
I mean, you can.
You
No,
can't
it's a
eat
month.
while the sun is up.
Well, what time's the game? Can he eat a burger before the game
No.
starts?
They have like fast digesting foods like fruits and stuff that they eat before the game.
That's crazy to me. I wouldn't
So
know.
you can't
I
have
would imagine
sex,
they wake up
eat.
in the morning and they have
or
like
drink.
a heavy protein.
You better not be doing that during the game.
You can't have sex, eat, or drink during daytime.
Wow. I'm still riding with UConn.
It's probably a good pick. I think they're very good. Good coach. I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
I don't know. Is there anything random we want to talk about?
What's the over-under for Braves wins this year, Mason?
94.5.
The official line? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
I don't know.
I think it's 97.5. I'll look it up right now.
It's a lot of wins.
And it probably is 94.5.
I have no clue. They usually are pretty low. Like last year, like the Dodgers were like 90.5, and they won 100 billion games in the regular season.
MLB.
Dude, I was
Wins
speaking of overs.
totals.
I was thinking OKC was going to win like 30, 32 games.
The
this
Braves
year.
95.5.
37.
95.5.
95. Cardinals 88.5. Yankees, what's your guess?
93.5. 92.5.
93.5.
93.5.
The San Francisco Giants are 81.5.
Okay.
And for Will, the Cubs are 76.5, and I think that's over.
I would think so.
It just depends on how good the Brewers are.
The Brewers
It
are
depends on how
86.5.
healthy. How healthy the Cubs can stay. And it also depends, like, you know, there's a chance that they...
You can't bet on the Mets.
There's a chance that they have fewer wins after the trade deadline
Hey.
because they aren't at full. You know, if they aren't as good as they should be going into the trade deadline, they might end up trading a couple guys.
What do you think the Phillies is?
I know it's like 87.5, 86.5, something like that.
88.5.
88.
But the line
Yeah, 'cause
is
I think we
favoring
texted about that
The
earlier,
line is
'cause I was like-
favoring the under.
I was like, I would have.
I think it was the odds to win the division.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's Braves plus 100, Mets plus 155, Phillies plus 400.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
Guys, I'm having to go back and delete all these tweets.
Why? Because he's a Valo meme account.
Did you use bad words? Did you use racial slurs?
No.
I said UTG, brother.
Okay.
No, but it would be funny if the Valo saw that.
Oh, they all did, brother.
Did they?
Yeah, it was 2 hours ago. They saw it.
I feel like they do probably
Have the notification.
I don't know about have notifications on, but they've liked enough of them that it pops up.
Alright. I got the noties on.
But yeah, I'm worried about OKC's win total over under being too high for next season. And I won't be able to
Bet the
confidently bet it. Like it was 25 this year, 24.
I mean, do you think they can
That
go
was
500
easy.
next year?
I don't know. I need to see how many games they win. They're at 37.
If it's 30,
How many more games are left?
37 and a half.
They have
If
they're 37 and 38, so that's what 70.
75,
75.
6 games left.
4 games
And
left.
they're
three.
playing
There's
right
7
now.
games left.
So
There's
after
so
tonight,
6.
they'll have 6
Yeah.
games left.
Do you think they can win 40
They might
games?
get to 41. I mean,
Do you
If
think
it's
they'll win
37
40?
and a half, you're hitting over.
39
they're
and a
going to
half.
set it close to 40.
What if they set it at 39 and a half?
I'd go over.
Yeah. What about 500?
Because they're going to have another 1 or 2 first round picks.
What if it's
that they can
43 and a half?
use. I don't know. They'd be close. I don't know.
Like,
If they end up
41 and a half, 500.
Yeah, I'd probably go over.
Yeah.
If they end up going, let's just say they go 41 and 41 this year. It's gonna be set at
45.
yeah.
Yeah. Because they get Chet,
They get Chet.
and the guys are just better.
and they're get another year.
Everybody gets better.
Because they're young. They're the youngest team, right?
Yeah, they're the second youngest team in NBA
Is
history.
Jazz the youngest? No. Oh, second youngest in history.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you meant the season. Wow.
Who's the youngest in history? Them last year?
maybe it might be.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Well, they had favors last year. Did they have favors
for the
this
part
year?
of the year. Yeah,
That's wild.
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be an easy I'll for sure bet over, but now it's gonna be tough. But anyway.
My fully torch is Volpening Day.
Okay, is that Tennessee Vols?
No, that made me mad. Our friend Logan said that. It made no sense to me because then you would have to say it Volpening Day, and that's not his name. His name is Volpe
Yeah.
or Volpe.
Is he
whatever.
so he's starting at short?
Starting shortstop?
They've announced it
Yeah,
publicly. Who's starting at second?
Glaber.
What about Oswaldo Cabrera?
Left field. He plays 7 positions.
But Oswald Peraza is still
Triple A.
Triple. He's a stud though.
Yeah, top 24 infield prospect.
In the league, in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 52 overall. But I took out pitchers and outfielders, and he's
You counted them?
24. Yeah, it's not that hard.
I mean, no, I know 1, 2, 3. But
Yeah, no, I counted.
Do you want to hear something bad on me today? So
Wait, but I had one more thing.
Okay.
20 minutes after they said he made the roster, I placed a feature on him to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Speaking of numbers, because I'm going to count it
Sure.
as well. A sales guy calls me. They asked me for his. He needed my help uploading a contract into the system. So he's like, "Yeah, put emergency tarp service. This number, he tells me how much." So I've typed emergency tarp service. I look at it. I'm like, service looks odd. I don't care. I send it. He calls me about 2 minutes later and said, "You're a dumbass." I said, "What'd I do?" He said, "You misspelled service."
You looked at it and said, that's not how you spell service. And you're like,
Did you spell it cervix?
Did you... How bad was it?
It's only all of one letter, but
Which letter?
the second one.
Did you
Did you put a U?
And I said what's bad is I looked at emergency too. I had emergency misspelled. I had an A-N-C-Y instead of
Yeah.
E-N-C-Y. And I was like, that's wrong.
Emergency.
I had to think about.
No.
I had to think about that one. Did he notice the emergency part or no?
No, I had it spelled right because I corrected it.
Okay.
But I was like, God, I'm a dumbass. He's like, it's a good thing you're good with numbers. I'm like, yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything stupid? You said you're fully torqued,
Yeah.
right?
My fully torqued from last week is also my second fully torqued from this week because I was wrong. The Barney Stinson episode of How I Met Your Father was today. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
I'm fully torqued.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm all bricked up.
Okay.
For that or
Anything in particular?
For Lamar Jackson.
Are you getting him? You want me to talk to Jim?
I think you should talk to him. I think that'd be a
talk
good
about
move.
it?
Should I talk to Jim or Chris?
Dude, honestly, I think you should talk to Jim because Jim was the one who pretty much. I think they would have kept Carson Wentz another year if it wasn't for Jim. I think Jim was pretty pissed off about that horrible loss, and Jacksonville was like, "Get him out."
I think we're happy about Jim then.
So, yeah, talk to Jim. You know, obviously they're moving a lot of, or they were moving a lot of pieces. Kenny Moore. It sounds like Kenny Moore and Kelly are no longer on the trade block anymore for them.
I like Kenny Moore.
Are those the guys I said they were trading like a week
Yeah.
before they said they were going to
No,
trade them?
you said Kelly and Mo
Cox.
Alley Cox, which
Every team needs Mo
not
Cox.
said anything about him, so obviously it's still available.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I'm, divorced. Buckner is now, requested a trade, and so I hate that. I hate that he's asked that, but that works in our favor in this situation with Lamar, maybe post draft. So it's interesting to see what we'll do.
Post draft, that's
the,
weird.
The
'cause
Colts could take Jalen Carter at 4 and then ship Buckner as a piece in the Lamar trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
That would kinda show their hand, though.
To trade for him before the draft or during the draft. That's the question.
That's the thing. If you did it after, you kind of show your hand, and then the Ravens have a little bit of leverage.
That's true. But the thing is, I think we'd be willing to part ways with DeForest Buckner. And the Ravens have always been about stacking their defense, so I'm sure they'd be all about getting DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
Dude, what would they do about a quarterback if they didn't have Lamar? Because Huntley's gone too.
Get Trace McSorley back.
Trace makes so early.
Throw it on a dime.
They would draft a guy.
But this is post draft though. Trade.
Joe
They would
Flacco.
trade for like Davis Mills.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco, Davis Mills.
Davis Mills.
Same guy.
That would be like a
They're the same person.
solid, like.
And if the
Retirement
Texans,
tour?
if the Texans draft,
Oh, I'm talking about Davis
Joe Flacco
Mills.
retirement tour in Baltimore.
if the Texans draft a quarterback,
Then
Mills is on
Mills
the
is
block.
on the block. Yeah.
And it's
Who was the other guy that started for him?
Yeah,
last
and
year?
that's like a
Jeff
solid.
Driscoll from Florida.
That's like a solid QB for like a team that's.
He's the one with the dump truck.
Yeah, he got a dumpy.
It's like
It compares to Lady Wilson.
like him and
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry are up there.
Yes. Caked up.
Yeah. John Alex, is there an update on the Meek Mill Patriots thing?
I haven't heard anything, but I will say this. If Meek Mill, A, gets Mac Jones out of my life, B, gets Lamar Jackson to New England,
Into your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy a shirt, and I promise one of his songs will be on my Spotify Wrapped, like in the top 5 this year.
Okay. Well, so now
Which one?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even know one.
Is he
song.
Dreams of Nightmare?
Now here's the thing:
Is he-
we're
he's Dreams of
already
Nightmares,
we're already
isn't he?
almost 4 months into the year. You're gonna really have to up the plays.
Oakley. Lamb of God had a new album came out in October last year. one of their songs made my top 5 by December.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, but you could also just play it like while you go to sleep.
No.
And just put it on
No,
the
it's
volume.
gotta happen
I'm gonna
organically.
know every word.
Well, maybe not every word. There's
Well,
probably
he can know every word, just
Yeah.
don't
He
say
can,
it.
know, he can know when to pause.
just don't tell anyone you know it.
Just know when to pause.
Yeah, okay, that's
If you
fair.
know when to pause, it's okay.
Yeah, but that means you're thinking it.
Well, but if I know it online, I can just do digital blackface, right?
Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny tweet. Those were funny.
Everybody was just replying to it with
Black gifs.
gifs of black people.
I didn't see that. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, some, I don't know, Washington Post probably said, like, doing white people using gifs of black people is digital blackface. And so the replies were just white people with gifs of black people. Probably, if anyone was doing gifs of Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface, that would actually be the ultimate
Yeah.
troll.
That would have been awesome.
Did he get backlash for that? Like years later?
Every year. Every year.
It's gotten
every
brought up,
year,
like, the past
15-year-old.
3
Yeah,
years.
every year 15-year-olds discover it on TikTok and are shocked and appalled. And it's like, that's the joke, dude.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is Jamie Foxx said that was so funny that he tried to do another one where I think he played a white guy and Robert Downey Jr. played a Mexican. But he was like, I don't think we can do that anymore, Jamie.
I saw on
I mean,
Rogan.
when did that come out? Like 08?
I think so. I saw on Rogan him talking about it.
Good
Because
times.
Joe Rogan asked him about it. And he said like 90% of my black friends that watched the movie with me thought it was hilarious. And then he just like moved on and changed the conversation. And I was like, I kind of want to know about the other 10%. I want to know what they said. That's way funnier.
I'm trying to think of my fully torch.
John Alex. Dude, that guy's trying to tell Ice-T what type of font to use.
You gotta read Ice-T's voice.
My fully torqued is that if OKC wins right now, they'll be 500 and the Lakers will be out of the play-in as of right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
So is it confirmed LeBron to Orlando yet, or is he just tanking so his son will get drafted there?
Maybe both.
Dude, these were the most important games of his career, though.
That's true.
Bro, the Lakers was once a great organization, and now he has just single-handedly destroyed that dynasty.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tied. OKC and LA are tied for the 9 seed right now.
That's crazy.
But if OKC wins, they'll jump up.
Crazy.
So
Oh,
it would be
dude.
hilarious if the second youngest team in the history of the NBA made the play-in, but LeBron didn't. So
In the NIT game, the over was 115. Fran Fraschilla is calling the game. Says with 15:09 to play, Fran Fraschilla said the total is 115 tonight. I think we're gonna obliterate that number. It was at 86 with 15 minutes left. I had to get to 115, and it ended 56-54, which is 110.
yeah,
So there were 34 points scored the rest of the game.
yeah.
No, if it was at 86, it was 24.
Yeah, no, you're right. Bad math. That's even worse. That's
I mean,
so much
I
worse.
agreed with you. So
Yeah.
That's wild.
Did Zach Edey get the biggest dub of his life today? By his
Dunking.
tweet to
Dunked on Dan Dockich like he
Yeah.
should have dunked on FDU's players, but he didn't because he was scared to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
people
scared.
could have made wide open shots too.
Why didn't the best player make shots?
I
Take
mean,
shots. Why didn't he take shots?
He scored 20 points.
He should have scored like 50. They're like midgets.
They weren't midgets.
They were a foot shorter than him.
They were like 6'7", 6'8".
That's pretty close
not a
to
foot short.
That's close. That's like 8 inches.
Yeah, but it's not a foot.
That's pretty close though.
But it rounds up to a foot.
It does. It does round up,
I don't think that's how that works.
dude.
Look, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have had a better game because he should have, but
It's
his
his fault.
teammates should have also made open shots.
He played great when the going wasn't getting tough. Last
Yeah.
12 minutes of the game,
Sure,
he didn't
yeah.
score.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me, dude. That guy can be the whole team and then just quit.
What am I fully torqued?
Say someone else do it. I'm scared.
Also, I saw a thing on TikTok. It was this dude saying that Painters never recruited an athletic guard. And so I replied and said they literally had Jaden Ivey last year.
And they had Carson Edwards.
Yeah, I didn't get to that, but I was like,
Jay Ivey last year.
I was like, and he was like, name another one. And I was like, well, you just
You said zero.
You said he's never recruited one, and I listed one. So stop moving the goalposts.
wrong.
And he like kept saying stuff.
Name one more. It's like, no.
I don't have to.
I'm right, you're wrong, dude. Get over it.
But also, like, you don't have to have like super athletic guards.
That was the
be a good
perfect.
basketball
You don't
team.
know ball time
Yeah.
though.
Oh, yeah.
I think I hit him. I said, "You don't know ball." He literally recruited Jaden Ivey last year.
There's Nick Richards
That was all I said. Where?
in the middle.
Number 4?
Yeah. He cut his hair.
Oh.
I can't think of what that guy looks like.
Looks
Can
like
we talk
a
about Ball Guy for a second?
I'll show you.
Huh? Ball guy?
Yeah, Ball Guy.
Yeah. What about ball guy?
I think Ball Guy needs to stick to telling like journalists that they don't know ball.
You think so?
I think so because I think journalists get more upset if you tell them they don't know ball.
Let me see.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He was
So what journalist would you want to see ball guy?
Bro,
Dan Dockich.
Mina Kimes.
Yeah, Mina Kimes.
I have her muted, though.
Tim Brando.
I have her muted because she's a woman.
Yeah, she is a woman.
Tim Brando.
Marlon Brando. I think he's dead, actually.
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, facts.
Tim Brando. When was the last thing he tweeted? Oh, he tweeted 11 minutes ago.
Yeah, dude, he's always complaining about something.
There's
He
nobody
said,
at the McDonald's All-American game. There's just no one there.
He was one of those dudes that said that the BCS sucked and they got it wrong every time when they never did. So when they went to the playoff, he was like, "This is the greatest thing ever." And then probably like 2 or 3 years after that, he's like, "This playoff is awful. I just don't understand why they even did this." So I was like, "Man, this guy really sucks."
Yeah.
Are you tweeting him right now?
No,
He's doing something now.
I'm trying to. So
Can you do Buster Olney too? Please?
on one of my Twitters, it doesn't let me see like certain videos because of the sensitive thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to.
You have to like go into your laptop and do it.
Like it doesn't.
Or you
it
can do it
doesn't-
on your phone, but you have to do it through a browser.
Like it doesn't say like
Yeah.
it doesn't like
it
give
won't
you an
let do it
option
on
to
that.
like watch it anyway.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's weird.
So you have to go to Safari, log in, and then change it. Then go back in.
Oh, not to brag, guys, but the Cardinals are spring training champions.
Bro, as soon as I log in, it takes me to the app.
Spring Training World Series champions. That's what you're supposed to call them.
17-7 record.
Wasn't that with like 17 other players in the WBC?
I mean, like,
Listen, when you have Nolan Gorman and Jordan Walker, you don't need other players. You don't need to
Did
trade
you have your fully torqued?
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, I guess I'm fully torqued for baseball season.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with Oakley. It's not opening day, but
It's close.
it's not opening day, but some people are going to get freed up. So,
Yeah. John Alex, what are you fully torqued about? John Alex, what are you fully torqued about? Oh, he hung up. What the frick?
Trolling.
Why'd he hang up?
Trolling.
There was just like a 10-second silence.
Trolling so hard.
Did you already say yours, Sherm?
I think so. I can't remember. Yeah, for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, I am excited for baseball season, though. I'm also excited that Ivy asked me to be in a fantasy baseball league. One, because time I played fantasy baseball, it actually was very interesting. And then two, because Ivy texted me, that's very rare. So
That guy like immediately blocked you.
I have some good news.
that?
I have been blocked with my
Who did
alternate
you get
Twitter.
blocked by?
By Meadows is Deep Throat.
What? That's the guy's name? I didn't even read his
It's
name.
not his app, but that's like the name above his app. Meadows is Deep
He
Throat.
blocked me.
What does that mean?
Surely he blocked me. If not, I'm gonna keep tweeting at him until he does.
It blocked me.
He did?
He didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, I asked if he was racist.
I mean, I accused him of
Owning
trying
people,
to
didn't
enslave
you?
people.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Oh, where?
I just went to like my mentions or something,
Okay.
and then like clicked on one of those tweets and then clicked on his name. So I was about to tweet
Oh,
at him
he
again.
still hasn't.
He hasn't blocked you.
No, I'm gonna tweet at him more tomorrow.
Has he tweeted since then?
Well, he doesn't have any tweets. He just has replies.
Go to reply to one
All
of his
he does
replies.
is like, dude, this guy, like, he hates himself.
Oh,
so
here
much.
he has a new
He
reply.
don't hate
What
on the
is it?
other people.
Okay, so Barstool tweeted something in this college game, a catcher's balk. Welcome to the
Yeah.
ump show. And somebody said, all the people in these replies talking about how it's the right call, the same people crying relentlessly about getting a ticket driving 31 and 30. The rule exists for a reason, and this clearly isn't it. I'm sure you were all really fun at all the nerd parties. And he said, a guy still using the word nerd lecturing about how others are fun at a party. I think nerd is like a triggering word for him because he keeps like calling people out for using it.
Ask him if he searches the word nerd.
Dude, I laughed so hard when John Alex told him. He said, "Pound sand nerd." That was hilarious.
Pound sand nerd. He blocked me. That's great.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I told John Alex, I called him earlier. I was like, if I don't get blocked, I'm gonna be so mad because blocking is just like it lets you know you won. Like you won.
I won. Oh man.
So, we need to ask. We need to
I'm
ask
saying-
John Alex if he got blocked by him.
I'm
'cause that was
saying-
the-
Brother, do you search the word nerd on Twitter and reply to all of them? That's a nerd
He
move.
has to.
Don't reply me in it.
Oh, I'm just replying to him.
Oh, okay.
And
Golly,
then-
y'all are gonna.
There's another one of this video. I'm not gonna like play it. I'm not gonna listen to it. But this guy says, "What's going on here?" And he said, "Snorting Adderall just like the Trumps."
Yeah.
And then he said, asked to respond to GOP Senator Josh Hawley's claim he believes Christians were targeted in Monday's school shooting in Nashville. Biden tells reporter at the White House, "Well, I probably don't." Then, before clarifying, "No, I'm joking. I have no idea." And he said, "Lie."
I think it doesn't matter if you're like, it doesn't matter where you stand on anything. That dude's just going to try to get under your skin. Like that's all he does.
Yeah. And then he accused this guy of having a micro penis because he has a gun. There are exactly two reasons for this. Either you are a mass shooter or you want people to know you could be a mass shooter anytime you wanted. And he said, actually, you forgot one, micro penis. Dude, he just replies to people.
He's a reply guy.
He's a reply guy.
But I won. I out-replied the reply guy.
Being a reply guy is fun, though. If you're a reply guy troll, like if you are making a mockery of reply guys while being a reply guy.
I'm just gonna reply to all of his replies until he blocks me.
You have to. Tell him ratio.
I've never been I've never been blocked.
Oh, so I've been thinking.
I don't want it to happen.
I wasn't even trying.
I guess just because you called him a racist. I called him a racist too, though. I just didn't use the word racist.
One of these
Chris,
days.
You're blocked?
Me?
Yeah, you're blocked.
No, I'm not yet.
One of these days, I'm gonna tweet at Blake Ells again, and I think it's gonna be 2024 when Kentucky plays Auburn in football. If we beat them,
Yeah, that'll.
I'm gonna DM him the John Wick video of I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah.
People been asking me if I'm back, and yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. And then just start tweeting at him.
Hey, speaking of that, I watched that the other day.
I think that would be hilarious. You watched John Wick?
Yeah.
I've never seen the John Wick movies. I just know the memes.
Oh, really?
I watched
Yeah.
one.
It's good.
I've also never seen any of the Matrix movies.
Never seen
Oh,
those.
they're good.
I know for a fact I would love them.
Yeah.
Big conspiracy theory guy. Oh, I watched it.
Dude, I sent you a conspiratory theory.
Which
the other
one?
day. Well, I don't know. I texted it to you.
Was it about?
And you were like, I've seen that.
I saw a TikTok today, and it was this woman talking about.
Oh, the Challenger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is a
Talking
good
about
one.
how like all these like gods of these other cultures, like Greek gods and Roman gods and Egyptian gods,
By term.
were just like the fallen angels and stuff,
That's kind of creepy. I don't like that.
like Nephilim.
I don't like thinking about that.
and that they were like the leaders of these societies and that they're in hiding.
No, so the one I like
And
is
I was like, dude, that's wild.
this American. I don't remember his name, but it was the guy that first discovered Antarctica. And I think I talked about part of that a few weeks ago about like him finding like structures, like settlement structures in Antarctica. There's literally a video from like the 60s of this guy like in front of news reporters being like, yeah, I went there. It's an Antarctic wall keeping us in. It's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, and then there's land on the outside. The other side of the wall, other continents.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what did you just... You've been there? And he's like, yeah. And then if you look at, like, all these old maps that predate, like, what's it called? The Dark Age or whatever? Dark Ages or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. And they have, like... They have, like, all of Europe, Asia, Africa, and then, like, half of North and South America. Even though this is before Columbus, because he wasn't the first one to discover.
Leif Erikson.
Yeah. Well, that
Shout out.
and there were probably people because I mean there were people there.
I like.
But
I
anyway,
never
so
really
and then
thought
they
that.
had the Antarctic Wall, and then they mapped out other land outside of the Antarctic Wall.
Oh wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
Never
like I
seen it
had
before.
never thought about how and when like the people that were Native Americans got over here.
I don't know how.
We
like the
never, like,
Mayans and
talk
the
about
Aztecs, like how did
Like
they
we
get
never
here?
like were taught anything.
And also
about that.
like the Mayans,
But they were like they were from like India and Asia.
So-
and
so-
stuff.
so-
That
so
would be
do-
across
do
the
me-
land bridge.
Yeah, land bridge from Russia
Yeah.
to Alaska.
but that like
That would have been the only
think
way.
about like how many like centuries it took for them to come all the
Oh,
way
yeah.
down to like the bottom tip of South Africa. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know how long like there was before
I have
like
no clue.
the Old Testament.
I've
You
never
don't. You
looked at
have
that
no
stuff.
idea how long of a time frame like the Old
That's
Testament
true, yeah.
was.
So then the other one that I really
Like Methuselah lived for what, like 1,000 years?
Like
Somehow.
900 and
So yeah, it was what
80
it was-
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
actually I think
1,000,
it's
but-
969 because
I think that is right.
yeah, that's right. No, the Mayans. You remember like in 2012 the whole thing about the Mayan calendar
yeah.
about their calendar ending 20. Their calendar was like 365.25 days, which was the exact rotation or orbit of the sun. So and like they came up with their calendar like in like what the year like 1000,
Yeah.
and they could calculate the orbit around the sun. Their days were exactly 24 hours. They had different words for it. Like,
Yeah.
They didn't have the word
Yeah.
day, but they had the
That's
exact rotation of the Earth in a 24-hour period. They had the exact orbit of the sun. They didn't call it orbit or anything. Like they'd work like, how in the world did they figure that stuff out with just nothing? They didn't have like telescopes and stuff. Like they didn't have like Galileo and stuff like that. They didn't have like the Library of Alexandria like they did before that, where they have like all that stuff like charted out. They came up with it on their own, sitting there in loincloths, basically naked, living in like mud huts.
No. They had electricity.
That was the Aztecs.
Is it the Aztecs?
Mines were before the Aztecs.
Okay.
The
Wild
Aztecs
stuff.
had plumbing and stuff.
They had indoor plumbing,
Yeah.
and the Spanish people came over and were like, "That's disgusting. You poop in your house? What are you, an animal in a barn?" And they're like, "No, dude." It like goes under, and then it's like, "No. Go poop in a ditch like a decent human being."
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
These people are wild. Why were they so smart? Did the aliens tell them this stuff?
But
Did the
that,
people outside the Antarctic wall tell them this stuff?
Oh.
or was it the fallen angels that were still in
Dude, I don't know.
the Nephilim?
Oh, I also saw a video. I might have sent it. This was like months ago. But I'm anti-alien now, like UFOs and stuff.
Yeah.
They're not aliens. There was a video of, it was a recent video because it was at Arrowhead Stadium, and it was a stealth bomber, which are very, very quiet compared to like jets and stuff, even though they go that fast. And it was a super cloudy day, and so you could just barely see it sometimes. Like it would flash like through the clouds and stuff.
Yeah.
But like obviously because we've seen it a billion times, we know what it is. And then I looked it up. I was like, how long have those even been around? Like they were test flying those in like the 70s. So imagine a black triangle that is faster but quieter than every airplane that's ever been in existence in the 70s.
Yeah.
And you see that.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to be like, oh, that's a UFO.
Yeah.
It's like, no. It was just a plane that was super advanced. I think all this stuff that people are calling UFOs are
How-
just airplanes.
How do you feel about Bigfoot?
I've never really looked into it. I know that there's some, like, not like the pictures that everyone's seen, but in terms of, like, the shows on, like, the History Channel, people like hearing stuff. I think it's super fake.
That's fair.
What does it taste like, you think? I want to eat Bigfoot.
Dude.
That's what I
I
want.
bet it tastes similar to like an ape or a chimpanzee.
Yeah. That's what I don't know.
I mean, if
or does
it's-
it taste good? Is it kind of like
I don't know. Have you ever
is
had
it
ape? Have you ever had ape?
No,
It can taste
haven't.
good if you cook.
No,
it right,
there was
it
that
tastes
Drake
good.
and Josh video, the episode. Do you remember that one? That's the only episode that I remember. It's the
don't
guy they
know.
accidentally sold an orangutan to a guy that eats like rare animals, and he was about to cook the thing up, and then they
I
kidnapped him.
remember that.
It was
I don't remember.
it was
not you say
very,
that.
very, very off from what every other Drake and Josh episode
I remember
was.
the Peruvian puff pepper,
Yeah.
I don't remember. So
and I remember
just-
when they made a treehouse and
They
didn't cut the door.
didn't
Yeah,
cut the
so they
door.
did like funny stuff like that, or oh, my little sister pranked us again. That's so funny. Or we accidentally sold a rare orangutan to this creep that eats orangutans
Yeah,
and
dude.
boils them alive and then eats them, and now we have to go kidnap it back. That's so off key
Yeah.
from all the other
Dude, that's
episodes.
like so when we were at Disney World in December.
Yeah,
Celebration, Florida.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
nice.
Um,
It's a good name for a town.
Celebration.
But-
It's a good place for Disney World to be. Celebration.
we were on like a bus like back to our hotel from the park,
Yeah,
or maybe we were going to the park. I don't know. We were on a bus, and for some reason, me and my sister and my mom were talking about the iCarly episode where they go to Disneyland and they are trying to find Walt Disney's head, frozen head, in the catacombs of Disneyland.
Yeah.
normal stuff for kids to do.
Yeah. And like the driver of the bus was like listening to us, and I was like talking about, like, I was like, dude, like, what if it's here?
Did he?
But then I
intentionally
was
break
like,
the bus?
I was like talking. He was like laughing while we were talking about it, but he was like, well, no, that would be in Disneyland.
Why is he doing that?
And I was like, well, yeah, that's true because that show takes place in Seattle, so like they wouldn't be going all the way to Florida. And I was like, I bet it's under the castle at Disneyland.
Dude,
His frozen head.
Did you do one of those videos that were popping off on the internet a few weeks ago about like seeing the castle for the first time since COVID?
Oh yeah.
Did you do one of those?
No.
Those are weird.
Yeah.
People like falling to their
Yeah.
knees and crying.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, like
I would have done
that's
one.
very weird. Like,
Yeah, that's just too far.
people like are actually like that.
That's,
That is
couldn't be me.
Like I like Disney, like I like Disney movies and stuff.
Yeah, they're good. I enjoy them.
But
watch one today.
Dude, did you know that?
that's true.
What's the little like? It looked like a town square. Main Street in Disney World.
Like
I think it might be called
Magic
Main
Kingdom?
Street. Yeah, I think it's at Magic Kingdom.
Right
Yeah.
there.
That's like the number one most common place for people to have their ashes spread in America.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's wild.
They have like street sweepers go through there every night.
That's
sweep up.
super weird.
I mean, to sweep up like normal dirt and stuff, but
yeah, but
they're sweeping up dead people.
that's crazy. That's wild.
Don't fact check that because it might actually be like the Grand Canyon. It's probably like the Grand Canyon,
Grand
but
Canyon,
this
I
one's
can
up
see.
there. It's
Yeah.
up there. It's very, very high up there.
I just Googled.
But yeah, like Disney adults are weird, dude. Very weird.
No, see, this is.
Some of the most common places. Oh, and then there's places it's like
A water urn. Like this
the
is
Pirates
just
of the
in
Caribbean
beach.
ride.
No. What?
Yeah, 2018 article here.
Disney theme parks apparently a popular.
So it doesn't say it's number one, but it's like it's a preferred place for people to scatter ashes. In a USA Today article.
That's wild. Dude, I'll tell you what's crazy is the fact that they took the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and just turned it into a movie. 'Cause that
The
was
ride
their-
came first?
That was their, like...
What, the Haunted Mansion?
No, Pirates of the
No,
Caribbean.
Pirates,
Oh, yeah,
that
what?
Haunted Mansion too, but...
Sorry.
it?
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the article I was looking at.
Yeah,
And it's like a perfect movie too. Like, it's
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
right behind National
I had
Treasure.
heard that they'd.
for perfect movies.
Yeah, like, they've updated it since then, because, like, Jack Sparrow's in it, in the ride and stuff.
Right.
But,
I think I went to it after the movies came out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't remember when the movies
Like,
came
I know my mom said that Haunted Mansion's been there, like,
out. Long time.
because, like, she went, like, the second day that Disney World was opened. Like, Grandma took her
Yeah. We,
for, like, her birthday or something.
I went on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride when I was a kid. And that was the only time, like, I went to Disney until 2019 we went for EY.
Oh, yeah.
And we, that was the Fast Pass issue I had where we tried to rig the Fast Pass system and got to the top of the ride. They had a second Fast Pass scanning and they were like, yeah, your names aren't on here. Because we snuck in with a family. And then we had to go and walk past everyone down like 4 flights of
That's like
stairs
the
and everyone
worst.
was staring at us. Like, angrily staring at us. Because they knew what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
It was bad. But it did work on the Haunted Mansion one.
Because it wasn't a second.
Yeah. But it was like Thunder Mountain maybe. I think. Or Rock and Roller Coaster or something. I don't know.
A good ride.
It was a good ride. They had a second Fast Pass checker.
Yeah.
And we didn't wait in that line afterwards.
No,
we only did the Haunted Mansion and then Space Mountain. Those were the only rides we had time to do.
Yeah.
Because the lines were so long. No, they were good. Oh, and then we did, is there like a Seven Dwarfs one?
Yeah, the Mine Train.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We did that.
I always do Pirates of the Caribbean, though.
Yeah, we didn't get to do that one.
You gotta do the Avatar one. And
At Animal Kingdom. That one's
I don't
good.
know. So,
Dude, I did it. Yeah.
For the year, people like once a year, EY would rent out Magic Kingdom and send all the people that made manager that year.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be like a couple thousand people. Which, I mean, it's basically an empty park if it's just a couple thousand.
Yeah, we heard somebody down there talking about like renting out the park, and they said that it was like way cheaper than it was. And so like I was looking it up, and it was like it's usually companies that do it.
Yeah.
Because they have like 1,000, 2,000 people going.
Yeah.
But
How
and it was like a lot. It was like millions of dollars to like rent
Seriously?
it out. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, think about all the lost
And it's
revenue.
usually like
Yeah, that's true.
after it closes, so it's like 8 to you get it from like 8 to 12 or something. Usually,
Like at night?
Yeah.
Well, then it wouldn't be lost revenue technically. Well, because people will still be in there at night.
But you still have to rent it out
Yeah.
after it closes to the public. But like,
That's crazy.
because we heard somebody talking about Chris Rock like renting it out.
That makes sense, I guess.
But I think he like rented out like just an area of it, not like the whole thing. I don't know.
That would
I was
still
like
be cool.
looking up into it. Like,
If
I
you
was
get an
looking
area
up-
with like 3 rides,
yeah.
that'd be sick.
Like, yeah, I would. You'd be specific on your area. Like, if I went, I would rent out the Avatar area of Animal Kingdom. Like, that's what I want.
When we
Like
were
I
there,
did the Star Wars, the
Yeah.
new area, this new Star Wars area.
Yeah.
I did. See, it wasn't done when I went. So.
when
It
we were
wasn't
there
mine either.
in like this past month, like this dude that works at Exit, like had this connection. This girl that works in the Avatar like area of the
yeah.
park.
Did
And
she
so
just
we
paint
just
herself
did-
blue every day?
No.
I mean,
So we just did the Flight of Passage ride like 3 times in a row,
oh, nice.
which was excessive because it's the same thing every time.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess all rides are
But
like
it was
that.
just cool. Like she like walked us past everybody in the line, and we just got.
Dude,
on.
I bet people that were in line that have watched you
bet they
do
were
it
mad.
I like felt
Because there were
bad.
probably people that were still in line the second time you came around.
And then the third time?
like
that would actually be very fun.
No,
all the
that's what
people
you gotta-
that we were with are like extremely loud and like
Yeah.
they were
So
like
that's-
yelling VIP, and I was just
this
like,
is great.
I felt terrible.
Yeah.
No,
First off, because I was like,
Until the
I don't
ride
want to do it
started.
again because we just did it.
Yeah. That's fair.
I
Give it like
also
30
did
minutes.
it in December, so like,
Yeah.
But yeah, like we'd walk back out and have to wait. Like there's like 2
Yeah.
lanes, and we'd like wait in between them, and then they'd just be like, "Okay, y'all come again." I felt terrible, but it was cool. It was a cool experience.
all right.
Okay,
It's not.
maybe we'll have more to talk about next week.
Yeah.
National championship game.
And
Yeah.
baseball started.
Go into more depth.
Baseball
with the
opening
basketball.
weekend. National championship game.
Yeah.
The Mets suck. So,
The Mets do?
yeah, they lost their best player.
Francisco Lindor?
No, Diaz.
He's not the best player.
Pete Alonso.
He wasn't even the best closer last year.
Who was?
Some guy finished ahead of him for saves. Like at the end of the year. I don't even remember who it was. Might have been the Indians guy. Guardians guy. Clase?
Yeah, Emmanuel Clase. He's got a nasty cutter.
Yeah, it might have been him. Dude, there's a guy that hit the market today. Something Huffman. He was on like a minor league deal. Pitched really well in spring training. Asked for a release. They granted it to him. No one's picked him up yet. He's kind of filthy. He's like played for 7 years. Pretty bad the first 6 years. Last year had like a little over 1-to-1 strikeout inning ratio. And pitched in like 35 games for the Reds. And then this spring training had a really good spring training. And then you look up his baseball savant, and it's just like drastically changed over the past like year, where like he was like 99th percentile like fastball spin, and changed like how he mixes his pitches up. He was like pretty even. He was a 3-pitch relief pitcher, and now it's like 54% fastball, 35% slider, whatever remaining changeup. It's just one of those guys that's like, you figure, oh, I have these 2 really good pitches, and I should stop throwing this other one that's not as good because it's making me suck. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, like, Strider's a 2-pitch pitcher. He throws his
Fastball
changeup like
slider.
8% of the time. Just
Yeah,
to be like, oh, I do have a changeup.
Yeah.
But
I'm
it's
never going to throw it.
He's fastball slider.
Yeah.
But yeah, more to talk about next week. Will should be back
Yeah.
next
Hopefully.
week. So, but yeah, we'll do it again next week.
Lord willing.